Hey also, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you this easy peasy, bright and breezy beets and potatoes for dinner. All right, let's get started. Okay, here's everything we're gonna need to make this super easy dinner. This will make 2 servings, or in my case, since I'm the only one eating it, 2 dinners for me. Oops, I think I forgot something. Let's just go ahead and get some extra cilantro from the garden and some rosemary. Potatoes and rosemary, I think they were meant for each other. At first, I wasn't a huge fan until I started doing the Gerson Therapy, where I had to remove a lot of other herbs and spices. Rosemary has now become a super duper friend of mine when baking potatoes. All right, let's get to chopping on our potatoes. For this recipe and for 2 servings, I'm going to use 4 medium white potatoes. You can use your potato of choice or whatever you can find organic at the grocery store. Just make sure, you do wash them before chopping them up. In my case, I like to wash everything after grocery shopping, so whatever is in the refrigerator is ready to go, and all you got to do is chop it up. Okay, I'm going to also add in some onion. You can do white, red, shallots. It really is your preference of which kind of onion you want to use. In my case, I have these gorgeous shallots from the farmer's market. And then also this guy right here, it is spring garlic. Oh, I just love the springtime once the garlic starts coming out. The super nice thing about spring garlic, it's kind of like green onions. You can use the whole thing. Now, of course, as the garlic ages, that green part is going to dry out and isn't really going to be edible. But while they're young, it's super great. I went ahead and I cut enough because we're going to split that between our beets and our potatoes. All right, we're almost done here. Just 2 more ingredients, and that's going to be our aroma punch from our rosemary. You can use fresh, you can use dry, either or are perfect. Just make sure it's organic. Last is going to be some lemon juice. Now, I did change my practice here and I stopped using my lemon press after this. On the Gerson Therapy, we don't want to get any of those oils in from the citrus skin, so use a rim juicer. All right, so let's give these guys a mix before we're going to move on over to get to chopping on our beets and carrots. When baking this dinner, my preference is to use 2 little baking containers here. I know it's going to add an extra dish at dishwashing time, but hey, you stick it in the dishwasher, so that's not too bad. Plus, you're going to enjoy the flavor profile when cooked separately. So on those carrots, we're going to give them a simple, easy chop. No reason to peel them, just give them a good wash. But for the beets, I think you could give them a super duper duper scrub, but I find peeling them is actually a little faster and just more convenient. So I peeled those and then chopped them into little bite sizes. And then for spicing these guys up, I went ahead and added in the rest of that shallot we had with those potatoes. And then I'm going to chop up my fresh grown cilantro from my garden. I just love having herbs on hand and fresh. It's amazing. And then we're going to put in the other half of that spring garlic. And that's pretty much it. Just one little thing here. And I decided to put in a couple tablespoons of distilled water. Normally we don't cook with too much water, but I didn't want anything to brown on the bottom. Okay, these guys are ready for the oven. Let's put them in at 340 and they'll take about an hour and a half or until fork tender. Since my baking dishes don't have lids, I had to improvise and put a cookie tray on top. It's not super fitted, but it does help keep the steam in during the cooking process. Okay, about halfway through, we just want to give everything a little stir, make sure nothing is burning, nothing is sticking, and everything is cooking great. Well, it's been about an hour and a half of baking and everything is fork tender and ready to get eaten. All right, let's get that dish plated. Just one little note here about those potatoes. I know you might think it looks a little overcooked on those edges. Don't worry, that's just the caramelization of the lemon juice, and we're not going to eat that. Our potatoes are perfectly fine. We're going to wash that away in the dishwasher. Okay, guys, let's get dinner plated. Let's sit down. Let's enjoy the evening. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this easy peasy recipe. It's perfect for 2 people or 2 meals for yourself. All right, all. Happy eating and happy healing until the next time.